You'll know them when you see them, I'm assuming. It is gray, it is windy, it is damp, and it is a little cool, but it's not snowing, which means it's baseball weather here in Northwest Ohio as we welcome you aboard our very first baseball broadcast of the season on DCTV Sports. Brent Balvanot alongside Alan Mag as the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show is on the air as the Ayersville Pilots 3-2 on the season, welcoming the unbeaten at 4-0 Archbold Blue Streaks. It is a non-conference matchup, but rest assured, this is a big one, a test for both teams as they get set for conference action right around the corner. We are going to be breaking this one down. We'll have our keys to the game and the starting lineups for you in just a second here, but let's focus on the match on the bump. We've got two talented arms, very different as far as years in high school are concerned. Chase Riley for Ayersville, a senior, will be going up against Harrison Wise, a sophomore for Archbold. But one thing, Alan, that they do have in common, today marks the first varsity start on the mound for both.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they handle their first start. It's a big day. Chase, being a senior, was injured last year, had a broken hand, so he didn't get, I think he threw in one game and then broke his hand, so he didn't get that experience, so he'll get an opportunity today. And as far as Harrison goes, his first start on what is a very talented pitching staff. So it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do today.
Small sample size for both, but let's start with Harrison Wise, number 23 for Archbold. As there you see both head coaches meeting at home plate, exchanging handshakes and lineup cards. Harrison Wise has thrown exactly one inning this season. He allowed 3 hits, a couple of runs. They were earned. He walked one and struck out one. So, again, this is going to be a real test for the young man. And, again, in talking with the coaching staff for Archbold, they're all telling him the same thing. Don't make this into more than it is. Treat this just like any other time you're in practice or your earlier appearance, granted just one inning, and let your defense play behind you. You don't need to put extra pressure on yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough day to hit. The wind's blowing in a little bit, so as a pitcher, you want to use that to your advantage and pitch to contact and don't hurt yourself by walking people.
On the flip side, Chase Riley, again, a little bit more of a sample size. Again, relatively small, though. He's only faced 16 batters on the season. This is going to be his first start. And interesting is we're going to break it down, but he's done a good job. And we're dealing with the outside, let's call it Mother Nature on our own end, the wind flipping my stat sheet around here. But again, Chase Riley, he's allowed 3 hits, only 1 run it was earned. He's walked a couple, he struck out a couple in 3 1/3 innings pitched. But again, a situation here, same thing that Coach Adams is going to tell his young starter, just relax, go out and throw. Sometimes that's easier said than done.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure the nerves and the emotions are a little high for Chase today. Start at home against a really good team, but his goal will be the same thing. Don't walk people and give your defense a shot.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the keys to the game. Brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Your key to a great education your key to a great career starts with a great education at Northwest State Community College. And they could pop those keys up. Well, we'll give them to you anyway. Again, the keys to the game. Let's go. Home, please. There we go. Be aggressive at the plate. And again, we just talked about the pitchers. Fill up the zone. You don't need to do it all yourself if you're Chase Riley today.
No, it's just about coming out and throwing strikes and, like I said, giving your defense a shot.
On the flip side, for Archbold and the Blue Streaks, and again, in talking with the coaching staff, and in particular Jeff Brunswick, a situation here where they have been pounding the cover off the ball. They want to be aggressive on the base paths, but they've been their own worst enemy in the field so far this season. Now, granted, when it's cold, the game moves a little bit faster. Things slow down as you get into the 70s and the 80s. But he's just simply stressing today, just make the routine plays.
Yeah, and that'll help the young Harrison Wise out a little bit. Just make plays and don't make him feel like he's got to go out there and strike guys out. And when you have the opportunity to help him, you have to help him.
So those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College. As the infield warm-ups are done, Archbold is already out. You see the Pilots getting set to come out of their dugout as well. We are getting set for the playing of the national anthem.
And now for your starting lineups.
They're going to give the starting lineup, so let's go ahead and do the same first here. So let's start with the host Ayersville Pilots starting lineups here, and again, no real surprises, but a situation here where they did move the lineup around compared to last night. Again, they won in 9 innings last night, so trying to find basically a lineup that maybe works a little bit more effectively. Brock Hohenstein is going to be bumped up from the 6th hole to the lead-off batter. Alex Sigler, the sophomore shortstop, bats second. Owen Lloyd leads the team in virtually every offensive statistical category, hitting .389. He's got 4 RBIs. He will bat third. Dane Ewers being bumped up in the order to the cleanup spot. He will be playing the hot corner. Ewers hitting .214. Batting in the 5 hole, Hunter Hazelton. Grady Wolf from the freshman batting 6th. Jackson Stambaugh hitting 7th. Caden Brewer will be the DH. He'll be hitting for Riley. And in the 9 hole, junior catcher Brady Zartman. On the flip side, for the Blue Streaks of Archbold, coming into this one 4-0. They've had a few days off as they absolutely pounded Napoleon in their last ball game by a final of 15-3. That in a game where they fell behind 3-0 and then scored the next 15. Leading things off, Mr. Everything. He led the NWOAL in batting average last season, Trip Langendorfer. He'll be the leadoff hitter. Harrison Wise pitching and batting second. Colin Short will be roaming right field and hitting third. In the cleanup spot, it will be Ethan Bowman. Bowman, again, entering today, hitting .200 on the season. Wyatt Klein will be hitting 5th. He'll be over at first. Isaiah Gracia batting 6th is your shortstop. Jace Castillo hitting 7th. He will be playing second base. Joe Williams, your third baseman, batting 8th. And Max Burrows will be roaming center field. Again, he's hitting .267, batting in the 9 hole. Those are your starting lineups.
At catcher.
As you can see, dark blue uniforms, traveling unis with the gold lettering and numerals for Archbold. What do they call it? It's not Carolina blue. It's
listed as a Columbia blue.
Columbia blue. There we go. For the Pilots, I used to call it powder blue, but Columbia blue, we're going to go with the official.
Yes, we're going with official.
Absolutely. But Columbia blue is a lot more slimming than powder blue.
Yes, yes.
And their gray trousers. We're going to take a quick time out for the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by the Defiance County Veterans Association. And the national anthem in the books, courtesy of our sponsor, the Defiance County Veterans Office. Proud to support veterans and their families, letting them know what resources are available to them. As there you take a look at the young arm on the hill. I say young, even though Chase Riley is a senior. Riley dealing to the other half of the battery, junior Brady Zartman. He's not going to overpower you. Again, he is primarily going to work off of his curveball and his changeup. He does have a secondary version of that curveball. The fastball is going to be in the upper 70s to lower 80s, and that's if he humps it up. So again, Alan, what we talked about, you don't need to be a strikeout pitcher every single night. Let the battery, let your defense do the work for you, as you talked about, pitch to contact today.
Yeah. Chase's goal today is going to be hit spots, try to stay out of the middle of the plate, and let his defense work. He's not a guy that's going to strike a bunch of guys out, especially against this high-powered offense here at Archbold. But his goal will be to get ahead of guys and make them hit his pitch.
Again, you see a good look from the side there, some of those mechanics. He is rather tall, he is rather gangly, although Looks like he throws maybe a little bit more from the waist up. Doesn't seem to get low and get a lot of that drive.
Yeah, he's a big arm guy, it looks like.
Now, with that said, we are right behind home plate. And what I'm watching, he hides that ball behind his head and then at the last second kind of slingshots it to the catcher. So if you are coaching against Chase Riley right now, what are you coaching your guys? Where do you pick up the ball on its release point against a guy like this?
Oh, when you're on deck and you're in the dugout, you got to be watching and see where you can find it. And that's the key. So, you got to be able to see where you can pick it up and, always be looking right there. It looks like his release point's right by his ear, so that's where your focus has got to be, and that's where you're going to pick it up at.
He really hides that ball kind of until the last moment. We'll wait and see on a gray, overcast day like today. It'll be interesting to see how the outfielders pick up the ball off the bat this afternoon as well. Trip Langendorfer will dig in from the right side. Sophomore catcher hitting .294. He's got an on-base percentage of .316. He tore the cover off the ball a season ago. He led the entire NWOAL in batting average as he takes a healthy cut here. Swing and a miss, and we are underway. The 0-1. Nibbling on the outside corner. This one just a little bit off the mark. This one a chopper down to third, and it will roll foul. Let's set the defense for the Pilots for you in between these two pitches. Brady Zartman, the junior, completes the other half of the battery. From left to right on the infield, it goes sophomore, freshman, senior. Dane Ewers, Alex Sigler, Grady Wolfram, and Owen Lloyd. From left to right in the green, junior, sophomore, Jackson Stambaugh, Hunter Hazelton, and Brock Hohenstein in right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one a high fly ball, right center field, ranging over, and nice call and catch by Hohenstein. Leadoff batter retired.
Nice job there by Chase. He stuck so far the game plan. He got ahead and made Tripp hit his pitch.
How much confidence does it do to get, again, it sounds like an oversimplification, but your first varsity start, heavy hitting opponent, and you get that first out.
Oh, he's got to settle in now. He's got to feel good about where he is, and there he starts the next guy out with a strike. So
Harrison Wise coming into this one just 4 games into the season, a healthy .300 batting average. Oh, and that one sails over his head into the backstop. We are literally right behind home plate. I thought you'd just reach out and catch that. Instead, you look like you were trying to get out of the way.
Hey, you don't have a glove. You got to duck.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. That had some late snap to it. All right, second batter in a row. He's gotten ahead on the count. Looks like an outside target being given here by Zartman. This one chopped foul in the dirt. Now the wind, I don't want to call it swirling. Alan, you and I were trying to guess during infield warm-ups. It seems to be different when you stick your finger in the air every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be coming in from the right field corner a little bit, so.
The 1-2, pulled a string, got him to swing over the top of it, and that is a West Banco strikeout, 2 down.
Nice pitch there, a little curveball there by Chase, and got him out in front. And again, getting ahead of guys, and then you're able to pitch.
That's exactly what Chase Riley has done for the first 2 hitters here. That's going to bring up Colin Short. Short hitting a healthy .429 through the first 4 games. On base percentage of .438. And as a 3-hole hitter, the leadoff men have been getting aboard for him. He's second on the team with 5 RBI. And again, that one sails over his head. 2-0. Any idea what that is? Is it a release point? Is it just floating on him? But it's the second time we've seen him airmail one.
Seems to be the same pitch. Fastball getting away from him a little bit. So try to make sure he's getting out over himself here a little bit.
2-0. This one misses low and away. That's where, as a hitter, too, maybe it gets in your head just a little bit. Right. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to get out over the plate because I've got to be thinking, what if he misses inside on me? The 3-0. We'll see if he's got the green light. He does, and he swings right through it, strike one.
A big 3-0 cut there. Green light. Let's see if Chase can use that and come back here.
Three one on the way. Chopped foul. He chopped that off of his foot. Looks like he might have. He seems to be none the worse for wear. So Riley doing a good job of battling back here after falling behind in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. Payoff pitch about to come up here. Again, for those who have lived in the Midwest, only those would understand what I'm about to say, because it's a little chilly, it's a little damp, but it also feels a little humid out here today. As this one, a mile-high left side drifting foul, ranging over his viewers, he's going to run out of real estate. It's all that pollen in the air, right?
Yeah, all that.
We'll do it again.
That wonderful
pitch.
Northwest Ohio weather.
3-2 on the way. Inside, ball 4.
Good at bat there by Short. Got up 3-0. Chase came back and he worked the walk.
Number 7.
I tell you what, he got, I wouldn't call it chin music because it sailed about 3 feet over his head, but he showed no fear. He dug right back in and took away the inner third of that plate. So here's Ethan Bowman. Bowman hitting 200, batting in the cleanup spot. First pitch swinging, fouled off. Bowman, 5 RBI on the season. He's only hitting 200, folks, but he's got an on-base percentage of .429. This one well struck into left center field. It's going to get down and roll all the way to the fence. They're going to go ahead and wave the runner around third. Short getting the green light. He's going to score standing up as Bowman stops at second with a big 2-out RBI double to give Archbold an early 1-0 lead.
Nice looking swing there by Bowman. Stayed back on the pitch, drove it in the gap, and with 2 outs, Short's on the move right away and scores easily from first base.
So here's Wyatt Klein digging in from the right side. First pitch swinging, fouls that one straight back. He didn't go up guessing.
No, he was looking for a pitch and got it, and
yep,
it was just underneath of it there.
Well, again, a situation we talked about it. Chase Riley is going to pitch backwards this afternoon. He's going to work off of his variety of breaking stuff. And with a fastball that, if he humps it up, is only going to be in the upper 70s. And right there, spotting a pitch downstairs. This is the kind of guy where our coaches always used to talk to us about having to provide your own power.
Yeah, you're not getting that 85, 90-mile-an-hour fastball that you just have to meet. But at the same time, as a hitter, you can't try to do too much with it.
Off the shoe tops by Ewers at third, but it's a low throw, and Lloyd cannot come up with it. Rounding third, Bowman will score. Klein will stand up into second on a 2-base error, and it's now 2-0 Archbold.
So we've seen a little bit of everything that we talked about pregame, Brent. Chase got ahead of the first 2 guys and got outs, fell behind the next guy, walked him, and then we give up the double, and then the defense not helping him out right there, and it's 2-0 here. And Archbold's looking for more.
Again, I know they call the hot corner for a reason, and Ewers made an unorthodox stop because he picked it really off his shoe tops, but right there, I kind of got the feeling like he rushed himself. He could have got his feet set a little bit better. He didn't need to get so quickly off the throw.
Definitely could have, and it's a ball you really like to try to keep in front of you then if you can down there at first. That's just a tough play for the first baseman with that ball. You never know if it's catching grass, catching dirt, which way it's going to go.
So 1-1 the count to Isaiah Gracia, shortstop. Takes a little bit. That almost looked like a two-seamer. That had some lateral run. Yep. I think that one was up in the zone, but it also fooled Gracia, and he wishes he had that back. Batting .333 out of the 6-hole. This one misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at second, 2-0 our score.
And this is a spot where Chase can be a little picky, working with the base open.
Outside target by Zartman, and this one grounded up the middle. Wow, it's going to die. Wow, it died, and they're going to go ahead and wave the runner around. A run comes home. Gracias will stop at second, and again, we were partially obstructed by the mound here, but it looked like it just died a quick death into short center field.
Yeah, it got past the shortstop and it just died, and actually you had to play on the guy trying to score, and good throw. He's probably out. But the overthrow, and they trade places. And
so Klein comes all the way around to score from second. It's 3-0. And Jace Castillo trying to keep the line moving, and do we just have a balk call? Did he twitch?
Didn't stop.
Okay, didn't come set. Well, after getting the first 2 hitters and relatively quickly on just 6 pitches, the floodgates have opened up, and this is where Chase Riley just needs to bow his neck, get the batter.
Yeah, and this is where in your first varsity start you got 2 quick outs, and then some negative things happen, and then the balk. Chase is just needs to settle down a little bit and come right at this guy.
1-0. Upstairs. Ball 2. Castillo entering this afternoon's contest, looking to establish a batting average. And he's worked the count now to his favor, 3 balls and no strikes. See if he's got the green light. He does. Sends this one right back up the middle and into center field. Gracias will score. It is now 4-0.
Third baseman, number 4, Joseph Williams.
Yeah, I got the 3-0 green light there. Got a pitch that he could handle, and he didn't miss it. Another RBI single up the middle there. That's what you expect, though. You give a guy a 3-0 green light, you better hit it hard somewhere if you're swinging at it.
Well, first hit of the season for Jace Castillo. It comes as an RBI. 4-0 as Joe Williams will dig in. Williams hitting, actually does not have a batting average established. A couple of walks on the season. This one misses upstairs. Some light sprinkles beginning to fall again, although the rain was forecast to move out of this area around the noon hour. And as you and I were talking about, it will literally take a tsunami to put this field underwater.
Yeah, it's been a very, very dry. Even with the rain they got last week, the field's in great shape.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes after the swing and miss to Williams. Riley looking to bring an end to the top of the first. We'll have to wait for one more as this one misses above the letters.
Yeah, this is just where you're just hoping as a coach Chase can get out of this, and you get him back in the dugout and settle him down and see if you can't get some length out of him today.
The 2-2. That one short hops Zartman. It will go to the backstop. And on the wild pitch, Castillo down to second. Maybe for the first time so far here in this inning, Alan, it looked like he tried to hump one up and it got away from him.
Gave a little extra to it instead of just staying within, and it got away.
He's been on when he's worked that slider to the outer third. Upstairs here, a swing and a miss, and that will do it with a West Banco strikeout to end the Archbold first. But not before the Blue Streaks come up big. 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left aboard. We are through 1/2 inning. Archbold 4. Ayersville coming to the plate. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Back at Ayersville, as you can see, a very overcast, somewhat chilly, although 60 degrees in April. Most people say we'll take it. On the heels of some heavy rain that fell not only earlier this week, but earlier today. As there you see the handshake between Blue and sophomore catcher Trip Langendorfer. You and I have talked about that. That's what you want your catchers to do. Introduce yourself, establish a rapport, let him know, hey, I'll be protecting you today. It adds a little bit of, I'm not going to get too dramatic here, but humanity to the game. Sometimes the men in blue get thought of as being something other than a person there to help you out.
Well, yeah, Trip, that's what you always want to do. Your catcher needs to introduce himself to the umpire and let him know that, hey, I'm going to try to keep this thing off you today. And,
There's kind of an unwritten rule, too. If one gets knocked up or dinged up a little bit, you see the other walk the ball out to the mound. There's some unwritten rules for respect between the two.
Yes, they do. And that's Nick Damon behind the plate. I've known Nick a long time, and he's one of the more professional, better umpires in the area, and always enjoyed when Nick was out working games.
So he's never run you?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't know if I've ever yelled at Nick.
Well, that puts him in elite company then, doesn't it? Well, the warm-ups have finished here for sophomore right-hander Harrison Wise. Harrison Wise, in his first varsity start of his young career, the sophomore has only thrown one inning on this season, but he's getting the nod here today as Brock Hohenstein will get set to dig in from the left side. Looks like he works out of the stretch even with nobody aboard.
Yeah, you see that more and more. It's just a comfort thing, less movement, easier to get down the hill a little bit for guys.
Hohenstein hitting a healthy 300 through the first 5 games of the season. 2-0 the count. Ayersville was in action last night, so they are playing on less than 24 hours as this one a shot down to third off the glove, and it was a fair ball. Joe Williams, that's the reason they call it the hot corner. He got over there, but it took a late high hop on him, knocks his sunglasses off, and making sure he's okay as Coach Brunswick's coming out to check.
Looks like he's okay. Yep, get a thumbs up there, ready to go.
So after this pitch, we will set after this pitch the Archbold defense for you. Call it an infield single, but that got on top of Joe Williams in a hurry.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard. He's pulled in, and that ball was hit hard.
So Alex Sigler, the sophomore shortstop, digs in. Let's take a look at there. You saw it for a second. Trip Langendorfer, the sophomore, completes the other half of the battery. Senior, junior, senior, sophomore. Joe Williams, Isaiah Gracias, Jace Castillo, and Wyatt Klein. Is this one a number right back in front of the plate? Only play will be at first. Trip Langendorfer quickly out of his stretch. Score at 2-3 on the putout. Hohenstein takes second on the play.
Yeah, nice job by Tripp. Pounced really good. Got his feet set. Made a nice throw. But Ayersville got a runner moved up there, so not totally unproductive there.
No, it was a productive at bat. Owen Lloyd leads the team in almost every offensive category, digs in from the left side. Batting .389 with 4 RBI. He's got a teammate already in scoring position. From left to right in the green, it goes sophomore, senior, sophomore for Archbold. Ethan Bowman, Max Burrows, and Colin Short. 0-1 the count. This one, trying to paint the black on the outside corner, fouled into the abyss, the cornfields down the third base and left field line here. Our crew usually jokes it's like being in another country. It might as well be Siberia over there.
Yeah, a lot of baseballs have gone to die out there.
This diamond is shoehorned into the back corner of campus.
Yes, it is. Yep.
The 0-2 floats outside. I'm talking with Coach Brunswick and asking him to break down Harrison Wise. Fastball is school zone, but for high school, for the prep level, not bad, especially as a sophomore. 84, 85, he can hump it up into the upper 80s, but they don't want him to lose command. That often happens when you overthrow. So that one fouled away and into the abyss again. This count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. His curve is a true hammer, 12-6, and they call that his out pitch. But they wanted him to do the same thing that Ayersville wanted Chase Riley to do, and that's pitch to contact.
Yes, get ahead and be able to pitch.
So 1-2. Wise from the stretch. This one punched up the middle, and it's got eyes. It gets past Gracias, almost tripping around the bag. Hohenstein is going to be waved home. They'll try and cut it off, and it goes off the mitt. And that was a pesky at bat for Owen Lloyd as he picks up an RBI single, give him 6 on the season, and give Ayersville one of those runs back.
Yeah, nice job there by Owen. Got down in the count. Again, got a fastball. Had a couple of fastballs away. He fouled off. Got another one away there and was able to just not do too much. Just stayed on it, hit it back up the middle, and drove that run in. And now Ayersville's got maybe a little something cooking.
So here's Ewers digging in from the right side. Scoots off the plate just a little bit. Takes ball 1. Dane on the season. Talented young sophomore. Hitting .214. They like him aboard. He's got great speed. He's 3 for 3 in stolen bases and can pick him up and lay him down. That one around the shoe tops.
Yeah, Dane's a guy on this team that has a lot of experience. Played a lot last year, so he's one of their guys. They need him in big spots.
2-0. Out of the stretch again. This one, 2-3 hops to short. Gracias goes to second. The relay scoots away from Klein, but it does not go far enough for Ewers to advance another 90 feet. You cannot assume the double play, so they'll count that strictly as the force out at second on a fielder's choice.
Yep.
Now at the plate.
Good job there by Tripp, too, to trail that play, and he's back there and
Hazelton.
not allow Dane to move up there. Another thing that goes unnoticed by good catchers is the guys that trail the play and are always in the right spot.
So up steps Hunter Hazelton, second leading batting average on this Ayersville roster at .308 as he takes a strike on the inside corner. Hazelton hitting .308 in 13 at-bats. He's got 4 hits. He's also scored 4 runs. He'll draw off some walks. He's patient up there as this one fouled away right side. All right, so 0-2 the count. Wise has worked ahead here with a runner at first. Does this change your approach, or do you maybe waste a pitch and see if you can't get him to bite?
It all depends, I guess. You know, if you're a guy that knows you can come back with something, you can waste something up, especially if you think. Yep.
Oh, wow, that froze him. That was that 12-6 hammer that we just talked about.
Went right at him.
And he jelly-legged him. What a pitch from Harrison Wise for a calm third strike, a West Banco strikeout, and that will do it for Ayersville here in the bottom of the first. Not before they get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We're through 1. Blue Streaks 4, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit member-owned financial cooperative. Visit Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
We welcome you back to Ayersville. We've got 1 in the books, and then you get a good look from an aerial shot from our first base camera. Actually, that's more up in the bleachers. Wind starting to pick up just a little bit here as both teams have broken the scoreboard through the first inning. On for his second inning's worth of work, senior Chase Riley in his first varsity start. Got 2 quick outs to begin the ball game and then struggled, gave up a walk, a double. There was a key error, and the floodgates just kind of opened up as he will face the number 9 hole, Max Burrows. The lineup will roll over. Trip Langendorfer on deck. Harrison Wise in the hole.
Going to be a big inning here for Chase.
Yes.
You got 1 back. You know, can you settle back in and keep Archbold at bay here a little bit?
Works out of the windup, but it is a very diminutive, it's a minimal windup. Let's put it that way. As Burrows takes strike 1. Burrows hitting .267 entering today. Now again, showing for eye level here. But again, when your fastball is only around 77, 78 miles an hour, you don't want to catch too much of the zone if you chase Riley.
No, you definitely need to work in and out right now for Chase. And
Popped up on the infield. Who wants it? Riley will call for it, stays with it, and makes the catch.
Out the plate, number 1.
Boy, on a sky like today, that is just, Bob Ross would call it smudgy. How tough is it going to be for anybody, but especially maybe outfielders, to pick the ball up off the bat today?
really have to stay focused out in the outfield today because it will be easy to lose it.
So the lineup turns over. Tripp Langendorfer 0 for 1 with a fly out to right to lead off the game. Takes one up around the visor of his helmet. Just a good-looking young athlete.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid. Looks good standing there in the box.
This one ripped but hooking foul down the left field line. Otherwise, good luck finding that one. My goodness. Well, that is why you say you can't miss upstairs. 1-1, nothing more than a long strike. Off speed, he brought him some soft stuff. That seems to be his best pitch.
Yes.
That slow kind of slurve on the outer third.
Slow away, and that's a great pitch after that long foul ball.
Yep. That'll really slow your bat down. The 1-2. This one a hard hit ground ball deep in the hole at short. Gobbled up by Sigler. It's going to be a long throw. Nice stretch by Lloyd, and they get him by a step. So 2 away.
Now batting, number 23.
Well, shades of an inning ago where he got 2 quick outs and then the floodgates open. Let's see if he can get, as Scoop Miller would say, that shut-down inning.
Yes, and that's what he needs here. He needs 2 quick outs and see if he needs to come right after somebody here.
So here's his counterpart, Harrison Wise, digging in from the right side. Whoa, and again, over the visor of his helmet. That'll keep you honest, won't it?
Yeah, you see that's that run when he's inside, that ball runs in out of the zone at kids. So that's where he's been so much better out away, and is able to come back over the plate.
1-0. Works him inside a bit too much. Ball 2. See if he challenges him here. The 2-0. That's about a 58-footer. Ball 3.
Yeah, here we are. The kind of same situation that Chase was in an inning ago. He's got to really bear down here and try to come back, so he doesn't get to the meat of the order here.
Wise will step out as Riley steps off. We'll see if Wise has the green light on a 3-0 count. Archbold gave everybody the green light in that first inning.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, definitely being aggressive at the plate today.
Riley kicks, fires. Low and outside, ball 4. He walked him on 4 straight.
Up next, the right fielder, number 8.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Colin Short. No official at bat today as he walked and scored the first run of the game an inning ago. And before we get the first pitch to him, let's give credit to the men in blue, the crew here this afternoon, calling balls and strikes. Nick Danon. And this one popped up out of play and in the field, making all the impartial calls, Zeph Siefker.
Yeah, very mixed crew. As Nick has got a lot of experience, and that's a very young umpire. You like to see those young ones. As
Absolutely.
Umpires are hard to come by nowadays.
The sport needs them. This one misses inside. I was talking with Tim Street of the Ohio High School Athletic Association last year, and he said it doesn't matter the sport. Boys or girls, fall, winter, or spring or summer. He said there is a shortage of officials and umpires across the state. As the runner goes, pitches upstairs, throw down to second, will not be in time. And Wise is in with a stolen base. Well, that was one of the keys that the coaches talked about. Coach Brunswick said we've got to be aggressive on the base paths, and they have been today.
Yeah, and if that's going to be part of your game, it always has to be part of your game. It doesn't matter when. You just need to be aggressive, and you get a chance to steal a bag, go steal a bag.
So 2-1 the count, but now another runner in scoring position with 2 down, and this one misses in the cellar, ball 3. Let's see what type of target Zartman gives here. He's going to set up right down the middle. Ooh, did that go off his shoulder or that just go off the mitt?
It went off the mitt, pass ball, and
again, it would have been ball 4, but with that said, Weiss heads up, reading the ball, takes third base on the play.
Fielder number 7, Bowman.
This is where maybe one of the leaders in the infield could take a trip and talk to Chase.
Sure.
You know, you're in the same situation you were in an inning. They go, you got 2 quick outs and now a couple back-to-back walks, and you're in trouble, and you're right at the heart of the order here. You know, just go settle him down.
Bowman digs in from the right side, double deep to left center field as the runner at first goes, and they won't even try. Focus on the batter. Colin Short is into second base with a stolen bag. Short, that's going to be his first of the season. 1-0 the count. Bowman digging back in. Right down central, strike 1. All right, so you're back to even, 1-1. Would you like to see Riley maybe work that bender away on the inside corner?
Yeah, especially with the base open, you got to work away. Chase has shown that when he comes in, he struggles. So you got to keep.
That's exactly it there. Boy, you could see the seams fat on that one. Again, we're right behind the backstop. That's a tough pitch, because even if you catch a hold of it, what are you going to do? Pound it into the ground.
Yeah, very good pitch there by Chase, and now he's up in the count and
double him up. Instead, works him inside, fouled straight back.
Now I'd look for him to go away with that curveball or that changeup again. See if he can't get him out in front of it.
I was having this conversation with Robbie Britt, now the former head baseball coach at Eastern Michigan last year, and I said, what do you want to see when you watch prep pitchers? As this one rolled over, it's going to be tough deep in the hole at short. Sigler cannot come up with it cleanly. It's going to go ahead and score Wise, but that ball got kicked to the fence, and we got a runner in a hot box. And Lates, they're going to catch him before he gets back to the bag. So we're going to score that. Let's see here. What was that? 6-4-3?
Yep.
And that will do it for Archbold here in the top of the second, but not before the Blue Streaks come up with 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left aboard. We are through 1.5. 6-1.
Yes. Yep, they got the score.
Blue Streaks. We're back after this on DCTV Sports.
Jump the scoreboard a little bit.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
We welcome you back to Ayersville High School. They are resetting the scoreboard. It is 6-1. Archbold leading Ayersville. As we head to the bottom of the second, we'll bring up 6, 7, and 8 for the Pilots. Freshman second baseman Grady Wolfram will lead it off. Junior left fielder Jackson Stambaugh on deck, and the DH Caden Booher in the hole. They'll take their first cuts of the afternoon. Again, sophomore right-hander Harrison Wise.
Well, just like we talked last inning about Chase needing to shut down, now Harrison needs to come out. He got a couple more, and that's what he's looking for right here.
First pitch, nice bender on the inside corner, strike 1. Wolfram, a freshman, batting .200 coming into this afternoon's contest, has earned himself a start at second base.
Yeah, good young-looking athlete here. Was also a member of the varsity basketball team as a freshman, so, yeah, very good-looking athlete.
Bender clips the black on the outside corner, and Wolfram will have to be protecting here down 0-2 in the count. There's another. He takes 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Strike 3. A backwards K and West Banco strikeout to open up the Pilot's second.
That's a tough spot for that young man. He's probably never seen a curveball quite like that, and he just got 3 of them.
Well, sometimes you don't need to overcomplicate things, right? So here's Stambaugh digging in. This one gets a little dirty. Jackson, speaking of dirty, the leader in hit by pitches on this roster. He took one last night up at Hicksville. Gives him 4 on the season. Is this one a short hopper? It was all or nothing for Joe Williams as he had to come in, and he couldn't field it on the short hop, and Stambaugh with a 1-out single.
Yeah, tough play. That big hop and then followed by that short when he only had one chance and couldn't come up with it. A 1-out hit there by Jackson.
So here's Caden Boer digging in from the right side. Big burly DH. Center on the basketball team. Lineman on the football team.
There's another kid coming back off of an injury. Missed all of his basketball and baseball his junior year. So still getting ways back into it.
That one kind of jelly-legged him a little bit. That bender he's got 2 different versions of it. Wise will throw one that starts over the plate and finishes on the black, but then he'll also start it at you, and we've seen a few knees buckle here, and the next thing you know, it's breaking over the heart of the plate for a strike.
Especially when a guy's 84, 85, that curveball at you will buckle you a little bit.
The 0-1 busts him inside here. Boer stands in tough, 1-1. Boer on the season hitting a $111. Trying to help his team get back into this one, down by 5. He stepped in the bucket there, and he just kind of inside out of that swing into the dugout. That looked like it bounced off the security fencing there. That's why it's there.
Yep. They call that an ugly finder.
We joke about it now because nobody got hurt. The 1-2. See what Wise decides to come with ahead in the count here. Comes set. Deals, and he swung right over the top of that, strike 3. Boy, he's got that thing moving today.
Yeah, his curveball's looking really, really good today.
So another West Banco strikeout. Makes 2 away for the 9-hole Brady Zartman. Junior catcher. Looking to establish a batting average. Again, there seems to be some movement on that fastball, though, as well.
A lot of tail to that fastball, too.
Tough to pick up. The 0-1. That had some late movement, but that looked like it might have been a little down.
Down a little bit. Yep.
So 1-1. A little bit of a high target by Langendorfer here. This one chopped inside out, and it's going to die on the infield grass. And Wise says, I want to make the unassisted put out myself. So he does. You don't see that very often. No. You won, but it counts just the same in the scorebook as it's the 3rd out here in the Ayersville second. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We're through 2. Blue Streak 6, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur.
When a fire or natural disaster...
Not at all. Talk afterwards. We're joking around with home plate umpire Nick Danon. You can get away with that. Tell you what, he's called a good game so far through the first 2 innings.
Nick does a great job. Very consistent, and as a coach, that's all you ask for. You don't care if the zone's big or not. You just want it consistent.
You want to know what's what.
When it's a strike in the 1st inning, you want it a strike in the 7th inning, and as long as that happens, nobody's going to complain too much.
There you see the backside of Nick Danon. I'm going to cut you off before you say that's his best side. I knew what you were going to say. I saw that smart alecky little grin on your face, and I knew exactly what you were going to do. As this one sails just a little bit high into the backstop. Chase Riley finishing his warm-ups here in the top of the third. He will deal to 5, 6, and 7 for the Blue Streaks. Wyatt Klein, Isaiah Gracia, and Jace Castillo. Blue Streaks have put a crooked number on the board in each of the first 2 innings, and ironically, Chase Riley got off to great starts in both those innings, making quick work of the first 2 hitters. Is it something mental, something that you could say, anything that you put your finger on? What's been elusive for him through the first 2 innings to get that third out?
I would always say when kids get 2 quick outs and then you see a couple of walks, they lose focus. And it is hard. It's hard when you get 2 quick ones to stay focused, but that's just something you've got to learn, and it's, you know, you can see is when he's focused, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then when he loses a little bit, and then he's got to come into kids, and that's just not his game right here.
Well, Wyatt Klein is a mountain of a young man. I'm going to guess probably about 6'4", 6'5". As he pulls this one right at third. Ewers has it. Takes his time a little bit better that time. Got his feet set and across the diamond for the first out.
Number 3.
Nice job again by Chase getting that first out of the inning. See if he can keep it up this time.
Does that mean we have an extra viewer here this afternoon?
Either that or
Okay.
Yeah.
A critique on your color announcing?
Or he needs money.
Well, if that's the case, I'd like to talk to you off the air. Chopper down to third, again gobbled up, and a nice job again.
Nice
that
job.
was textbook right there by Dane Ewers.
Yeah, really nice job on both those ground balls to Dane of really setting his feet and making a good throw.
Jace Castillo.
Game slowing down because they call that the hot corner for a reason. That ball gets on you in a hurry. And as we've seen just in a couple of broadcasts so far early on in this season, it takes a little more courage to stand in there and play that position. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Jace Castillo, 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored back in the first. This one misses upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, this is definitely where Chase needs to settle down and stay focused and try to he needs a quick inning here.
Trying to put a 0 on the board for the first time in this ball game for the Blue Streaks as this one misses low and away, 2-0. That's a decent miss, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's down, so you're not missing up.
Another outside target by Zartman here, and we'll see if he can paint the black. Ooh, instead he missed his spot and went upstairs. It's in foul territory, but playable for Lloyd. Backing up, and the wind gave him just enough fits. He couldn't quite come away with it.
Yeah, that's a tough play as you're running full speed towards the dugout, and you got to understand that ball's going to push back towards the field.
Yep.
So, but you got to stay under control there and see if Chase can work around that.
2-1. Castillo, slightly open stance. This one misses upstairs. Ball 3. Now, right now, if I'm Chase Riley, and I'd be curious to get your take on it, I think your fastball is strictly a show-me pitch anymore.
Yeah, it is, but you got to be able to get ahead with it or...
Downstairs, ball 4.
Yeah.
2-out walk.
He's got to use his fastball to get ahead and pitch off of that instead of the opposite of the way people do. So, and he's been better away than he has been in.
Well, and let's be honest, Archbold is very aggressive, and so if they don't adjust, I think you just make a living of steady breaking balls on the outer third, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're up there hacking. They're not waiting around. So I just think you need to stay with what's working, and if that's a way, that's a way.
This one was high and above the helmet for ball 1 to Joe Williams. This one's high, ball 2. Well, here's part of the problem now that you find yourself if you Chase Riley, because his best pitch has been that bender, but when you're behind,
yes,
usually you got to catch up with a fastball.
Yes.
Swing and a miss here, strike 1.
Yeah, that's the thing. When your best pitch is a curveball, you have to get ahead in the count. Or have the confidence to throw it 2-0, where you can throw it for a strike.
I think that's where he might be better served.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got behind. Who cares? It's still my best pitch. You try and catch up with it. This one pulled foul. Third base sign. Boy, he turned on it. Nothing more than a strike, and the deuces are now wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third with a runner aboard. Does he have the confidence to throw that slurve again in this situation?
I think he has to. I think that's been his out pitch, so that's what he's going to have to go to, I think.
He's going to step off. And there again is where you just have to, by this point in time in the game, this many on your pitch count, you should have some muscle memory for it, don't you?
Well, and you ought to know what's working by now. You ought to know that that's been his best pitch. And
we'll see what he comes with here with the deuces wild. Sidearm, and that one floats way outside for ball 3.
now the runner will be on the move.
Yep.
And again, I wouldn't shy away if I'm Chase from throwing another curveball.
Absolutely.
Here.
Beat my best. That was always what we were told. 3-2, runner off. Well, he came with that, but he short hopped it. And back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Puts runners at first and second for the 9-hole. Max Burrows.
Again, like we talked last inning, this would be a great time for somebody to go out and talk to him. You know, one of your leaders in the infield, just to go settle him down, and just to keep his head from spinning here a little bit.
This one misses upstairs. Ball 1. Burrows 0 for 1 with a pop out 2. Chase Riley. He was the first out just an inning ago. They have kept the line moving here for Archbold. This one popped up on the infield. Who wants it? Wolfram is calling for it. And instead giving way to Sigler. That's what shortstop does. And no damage done here in the top of the third, despite no runs and a couple of walks, leaving a pair aboard. We are through 2.5. No change in our score. Blue Streak 6, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
Westbanco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused Westbanco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
We head to the bottom of the third. 6-1. Archbold with the lead over the hosts, Ayersville Pilots. There you take a look at the young sophomore arm that has given a good showing of himself in his very first varsity start, Harrison Wise. He will deal to the top of the order. Hohenstein, Sigler, and Lloyd will take their second trip to the plate so far this afternoon. Trying to get a little something done as they trail by a handful. 84-85. We're seeing him warm up here coming right at us. That fastball looks pretty firm.
Yeah, it does. It's he's that guy. He's a low 80, probably living low 80 guy. Can get it up if you have to. And it's got some run to it. It's got some good tail to it. So that makes it even harder.
Coach Brunswick told me he went to a showcase last summer, so going into his sophomore season, and they said, okay, just throw hard. And he actually hit 88. But again, can you spot that at 88?
Yeah, that's one thing about showcases is you can light the radar gun up, but if 90's 56 feet, nobody cares.
Nope. Or if you basically are dotting batters left and right, you got to get outs. As there's a first pitch fastball. Hohenstein showed bunt, pulls back and takes strike 1.
I like the idea there by Brock. Pull that third baseman in. That's where he hit the ball last time. So pull him in and make it easier to hit it past him.
Tries to backdoor him with the slider. Cannot do so, although a good pitch, 1-1. Kind of going back to that thought, especially at the prep level, though, Alan. I was having a conversation with a college coach. I don't know if you are a Scarlet and Gray or a Maize and Blue fan. Oh, Fighting Irish. All right, very good. This would have been Maize and Blue.
Okay.
But he said there's a difference between command and control. And he goes, that may sound like 6 of one, half dozen of another, and it's a tough concept for young pitchers, even coaches, to understand. And we'll break it down for you in just a second here as the 1-2 fires upstairs. And he showed me a pitching chart, and basically 6 pitches, all in the strike zone, and all probably about maybe 2 or 3 inches off of each other. And he said, this is command, as this one fouled away. And then he put another picture of 6 pitches, 2 in the upper corner, 2 down at the knees, 2 on the inner third, and he goes, this is control. He goes, there's a difference, because if you are wild, everybody thinks of wild as being spraying the ball all over the place. And he goes, it's worse to be wild within the strike zone.
Definitely is worse to be wild within the strike zone, because you want to be able to command where you're throwing your pitches.
As this one, he humped that one up and left it a little bit short. But again, it was a really basically base explanation of the difference between command and control. And he goes, most young pitchers don't understand the difference.
Right. They don't. They just think well, just because you're throwing strikes doesn't mean you have great command.
Yep. 3-2. He humped that one up and misses upstairs. And Hohenstein with a good at bat. A leadoff walk here for the Pilots to open up the third. So often you hear coaches talk about the difference between throwing and pitching.
Yes.
And again, along the lines of control versus command. Can you put it where you want it?
Yes, definitely. You need to be a pitcher. A lot of guys can throw hard, but not a lot of guys can pitch. You can use Greg Maddox as a metaphor. That guy can pitch.
Yes, and he wasn't an overly powerful pitcher.
No, he got a lot of guys out throwing 90 mile an hour.
If that was humping it up for him. I remember watching him at a pitcher's clinic for high schoolers, and he goes, look, it's not too tough. He goes, I'll tell you what I'm going to throw. It's an 88 mile an hour sinker, and he goes, most guys won't even swing.
Right. Yeah.
This one in the dirt, ball 2.
I heard a great explanation from him one time. He was talking about pitching against Randy Johnson. He just explained it as it's not a speed contest. You know, he goes, my job is to trick the hitter.
Yep.
And that's how he gets people out. So it goes both ways. You know, in a world where we're fascinated with velocity, you know, it's still about being able to get people out.
Just like that. A number back to the mound off the bat of Alex Sigler. Wise took a look at second, but made the smart decision to go to first to get the sure out. 1 away as Hohenstein will take second on the play. Brings up Owen Lloyd, 1 for 1 with a single, and he's driven home the only run so far in the afternoon for the Pilots, that back in the first inning.
Yeah, here's the guy that Ayersville definitely has to keep things going for him. This is the guy that everything comes off of.
Tried to backdoor him with a bender that floated outside. And again, there's the difference too. It's so tough because at the prep level, especially the small school level like this, you talk about pitching versus throwing. Right, and let's be honest, in any varsity lineup, as we await the 1-0, fastball hits the outside corner, and I'm guessing Lloyd wishes he had that one back. 1, maybe 2 guys in any lineup that you have to really worry about. You have to pitch to.
Yes.
Versus throwing whatever you want to the other 7, knowing that you're probably going to get an out.
Yeah, especially at the small schools. Yeah, and you have to know who those guys are.
He turned on this, and it's going to be a race to the bag. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Nicely done by Wise to field his position. Klein waited 2. That was a situation where so often you might see a first baseman rush that throw, maybe lead, and the next thing you know, that ball's going into the dugout. That was well played by the right side of the infield.
Yeah, very nice job. Those are PFPs. Every high school team works on those. Every baseball team works on those regularly, and they executed that one perfectly.
So it'll take a 2-out hit to bring home the second run of the ball game for Ayersville. We'll see if Dane Ewers can get it done. Brock Hohenstein took third on the play. This would be an important run here. You get back into within 4. Potentially, if you ever were to load the bases, bring the tying run to the plate.
It could be just a feel-good run here, too. To make
Ooh, he flinched on that bender, and again, not the only set of knees we've seen buckle on that thing today.
Yeah, big smile out of Dane that he jumped out of the way. I'm sure he's going to hear about that one.
That's where, you just have to be very nice to one of those and hopes it passes by. The 0-2 he'll have to be protecting here. Busts him inside. Again, what was your philosophy there? Because I know our coaches used to say, man up, stand in, and wear it.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. But yeah, you definitely like guys that are willing to stand in there and wear it for you and get on base.
This floats way outside, 2-2.
I always gave an award out for a guy that got hit by most pitches. I had a kid one year get hit 19 times.
Holy cow! Hopefully not all in the same place. 2-2. Wise taking a little more time. Comes set. Langendorfer giving him a high target. He runs him inside, and he swung over the top of it. He handcuffed him for a West Banco strikeout, and that will end the Pilots here in the bottom of the third. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left the board. 3 are in the books. No change in our score here at Ayersville. Pilots trailing the Blue Streaks 6-1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Tonight's umpires are Nick Damon.
Top of the fourth, we welcome you back to Ayersville, getting this one in after some serious weather. Not just in the last week, the last 2 weeks. A couple of tornadoes working their way through Defiance County.
Yes, it's been a rough week and a half for Defiance County residents.
Yep.
I don't know in my lifetime I've ever heard of a tornado hitting downtown Defiance, and they had one Saturday. A lot of damage, a lot of trees down, a lot of bad weather. So it's nice to be able to get out here, and it is a little overcast, but you're playing baseball, and makes the world okay.
It takes a little bit thicker skin to play north of the Mason-Dixon line, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Temperatures in the low 60s today. There's a little bit of a breeze, so it adds a chill. It's definitely a jacket. Damp, but
definitely trying to
play ball.
Brighten up here a little bit.
Chase Riley will deal to the top of the order here in the top of the fourth. Langendorfer, Wise, and Short. Fourth inning, third at bat. That tells you how they've kept the line moving for Archbold.
Yeah, definitely rolling the order over. And then another big inning here for Chase, try to keep his team in the game.
Swung on, looked like he pulled a string. Does he have a changeup that you know of? Again,
yeah.
Coach Adams didn't really say that was part of his repertoire.
Yeah, it looks like a changeup coming.
So slow versus slower?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, not, just maybe takes a little bit off of something.
And it doesn't have to be significantly different. I think sometimes the casual fan thinks change up, 70 miles an hour after an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. You can work with versions. As this one well struck deep to center field. Hazelton back, but the park will hold it, and he makes the catch.
Nice read there by Hunter. Got turned right away and had it tracked the entire way. So, but yeah, the changeup. The big difference. They always say a 10 to 12 mile an hour difference are the best ones.
Part of that, the biggest challenge from pitchers that I've talked to is keeping your mechanics the same, because everything has to look like it. As this one ripped but foul down the left field line off the bat of Harrison Wise.
Yeah, definitely can't slow yourself down if you're throwing a changeup. Everything has to come out of the same spot, be the same arm speed, and let the grip change the baseball for you.
Now, I know the circle change is usually the most commonly thought of, especially at the prep level. I'm trying to think of his name, the young man who was a senior at Fairview last year, their #1 guy. He would spike it. Oh, this one well struck into left field. Stambaugh going back, leaps up, and
got it.
He got it. Wow. I was going to say he turned around, and I was like, okay, is he bending over to pick that up? Nope. He plucked that out of midair and makes a nifty catch.
Nice job. Right in front of the track there. He ran that down. Well, and here we are again. Chase has gotten 2 quick outs.
Look at that.
Let's see if he can respond again.
Well, if you're a betting man in Vegas, I would start taking the odds for a quick 2 outs every single inning. The question is, can he make it a 1-2-3 inning? He hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning yet this afternoon. Cole Mack was the young man I was thinking of.
Yes.
For Fairview last year, and he showed me prior to a game versus Tenora, he spiked his changeup.
Okay.
Which is a little bit unique, but it worked for him.
Yeah, you got to find what works. I always encourage kids to, when you're playing catch, just to grip the ball a different way and see if you can get it to do different things. I taught the circle change, but it didn't work for everybody, so I encouraged them to split your fingers a little bit and do different things and see if you could get the ball to do different things for you.
It's where feel becomes very important. 2-1 the count to Colin Short. This one misses in the cellar, ball 3. Speaking of Fairview, they had a bang ending to their game last night.
They have Edgerton last night?
Yes, this one fair, ripped down the left field line. We'll see if he's going to be content with one, and he will. Short rounds first with a 2-out single, and he scorched that one. So here's Bowman digging in from the right side. 1 for 2. Actually, should be 2 for 2, correct? He had a double and a run scored in the first. He had a single, but then was put out 6-4-3 trying to take an extra 90 feet. And he's off with the pitch. The throw is upstairs. The throw is down to second, but it is not in time. While standing into second, and Short almost fell over.
Yeah, he did. That's always, again, encourage kids to slide because of things like that. You trip over the bag, and a good fielder keeps the glove on you.
So Colin Short came into this afternoon without a stolen base. He has 2. As this bender clips the outside corner for strike 1. Top of the 6 o'clock hour. We are 60 minutes into this ball game. 6-1. The wind continues to whip around a little bit stronger than it was at first pitch.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
I should have just thought better. I should have thought function rather than fashion. Specifically the shoes. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and he takes something off of that.
Yeah, he did. That's a big cut. Yep. Wouldn't be surprised if you see that same kind of pitch here again. Something soft and away if they're going to continue to try to pull.
Bowman with a slightly open stance, right in the heart of the box. The runner's going. This one reaching for it, popped up on the infield. Sigler taking command and will make the catch. That will do it for the Blue Streaks here in the top of the 4th.
0 errors and 0 runs.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. The Beastie Boys taking us out here in the top of the 4th. We'll see if Ayersville has got a little more offense. They trail by 5. You're watching DCTV Sports.
For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
There you get a good look at catch a trip Langendorfer for Archbold. Young sophomore. We got an underclassman battery here. Wise a sophomore, his first varsity start. Langendorfer a sophomore. Archbold roster is an interesting mix. As a matter of fact, in the starting 9 today, I count 5 sophomores. We've got 3 seniors and a junior.
Leading off for the Pilots, number 1, Hunter Hazelton.
Very good mix of talent there for Coach Brunswick. A bigger school in the area, so that's a lot of underclassmen playing on this team.
Well, and again, you can say this school's a football school, this school's a basketball school, but Archbold traditionally puts out some very good baseball players.
I always referred to Archbold as a very good sports school. Mm-hmm. You know, they're very good at everything.
Shot back to the mound off the bat of Hazelton. That's why you are coached to finish square to the plate. Look what I found, as Wise, again, does a good job of keeping his momentum and his adrenaline in check as he sets his feet and throws over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, very good job fielding his position there. And then sometimes even on that, the hardest part is throwing the ball to first base. Collected himself and did a nice job.
So here's Wolfram digging in. 0 for 1, first pitch swinging here, grounder up the middle, and Gracias kind of slings that ball sidearm across the diamond. 2 pitches, 2 away.
We'll see here with Jackson.
Now at the plate, number 7, Jackson
This
Stamble.
normally is an automatic take. 2 pitches, 2 outs. You expect your hitter to take a pitch here. Unwritten rule, you don't want those 3 pitch innings.
Got to make him work. Stand ball 1 for 1 today. Singled on the second pitch he saw. Whew, nasty. I'm going to call that a slider. Kind of combination of both.
That had a little more slider to it than it did the traditional 12-6 curve.
You know what? As long as it's a strike, I don't think Coach Brunswick's going to care. And he doubled him up, make it 0-2.
Yeah, Jackson may want to look for another one right here.
Harrison Wise is really finding his groove here in the fourth. And that's a swing and a miss in the dirt. Langendorfer will have to go down to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's a West Banco strikeout. They'll have to score at 2-3. And Harrison Wise makes quick work of Ayersville here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Score remains Blue Streak 6, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned
Yes.
financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
There you get a good look at our camera from behind home plate. 6-1, Archbold with the lead over host Ayersville. Pilots came into this one on the heels of a 9-inning win last night at Hicksville, 3-2 on the season. It's been a few days since the Blue Streaks have been in action. As a matter of fact, as I look down at their schedule, it's back on the 7th, and they gave up the first 3 runs in a game at Napoleon and then scored the next 15. So to sit here and say Chase Riley is pitching against one of the most high-powered offenses, I don't care what level of competition you're talking about, to hold them to 6 right now, he's given his team a chance. He's been competitive.
Yeah, he has. He's doing a nice job, especially after the first couple of innings. He's settled in here a little bit. It'd be really nice to see Chase have a quick inning here for his pitch count. And I guarantee that's what the Pilot dugout's hoping for, is just a quick inning, get us back in here and keep us in this game.
He got his quickest/shortest of the ball game just a frame ago after he got the first 2 hitters, gave up a 2-out single, but then got Ethan Bowman to pop out to short. So leading things off here, it'll be the 5-hole Wyatt Klein. Shortstop Isaiah Gracia on deck. Jace Castillo in the hole. As you can hear the wind over our crowd mics starting to whip up a little bit more as the sun's slowly starting to set, although technically it hasn't been out. It's been all clouds today. It's a swing and a miss here, 1-1. That wind blowing across the diamond from right to left. Although as I look out, Stanball doesn't appear to be playing too deep.
No, he's not real deep there.
So this one, a liner over the head of Ewers at third and drifts into foul territory down the left field line. That is a solid single by Wyatt Klein to lead off the 5th.
Yeah, really squared that ball up. Nice job by Stanball out there in left field to cut that off and hold him to a single.
So here's Gracia digging in from the right side. He's 1 for 2. Infield single. Scored a run back in the first. He's grounded out to third, so he's pulled the ball in both of his trips to the plate. This one, fairly well struck to center field, but right at Hunter Hazelton. Barely has to move as he hauls it in for the first out. Well, the scout had him played perfectly.
Yeah, always nice as an outfielder when you don't have to move.
At the plate, number 15, Jace Castillo.
Jace Castillo will dig in from the right side. He is 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI. He also walked back in the third. High-powered offense for this Archbold roster. First pitch swinging here off the end of the bat, and that's going to drop into right center field. Reading it down, Klein stands up into second base, and here we go again. Blue Streaks with a little something brewing in the 5th.
Joseph Williams.
Here's Joe Williams digging in. Williams 0 for 1, struck out swinging to end the first and drew a walk back in the third. Trying to pick up some extra insurance here with a runner in scoring position. First pitch swing. Oh, what a shot by Ewers. Fires over to second and it squirts into right field. The runner will not advance. Wow. lightning quick reflexes by Ewers at third.
Yeah, that ball was tagged. Nice job by Ewers down there. And then on the throw, a really good job by the right fielder, Brock Honstein, to back that up so Klein couldn't move up.
So here's Max Burrows. The only blue streak so far this afternoon without a hit or to reach base. First pitch swinging here, fouls this one straight back. Whew. Man, good to see Ewers, though, after that early error that I wasn't quite sure how he was going to respond to it. He's made 2 or 3 really solid plays since
he's really
then.
settled in since that error early in the game. Made some really nice plays.
The 0-1. This one pulled foul, 0-2. Slider away.
I'm looking away here. Yep, that seems to be what's working. And if I'm at the plate, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have to hit the ball the other way here.
Burrows a little bit up in the box. Riley sets, deals upstairs, and it's off the mitt of Zartman to the backstop, and both runners for Archbold will advance 90 feet. Well, this makes things a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, and if you're Chase, all you can do is you can control here, but definitely going to your bread and butter here and trying to get down and away with something.
Basically, you just ignore the base runners.
Yeah,
right now, don't you?
Don't worry about them.
Still ahead in the count, 1-2. Kicks, fires. There's that low and away, but just off the outer third.
Really good spot there, and I wouldn't hesitate to go right back out there and see if you can't get him to chase.
And if you're Burrows, I don't want to say you lunge or basically cheat the outer third, but I would be expecting it. So we'll wait and see who gets the better of who here. Well, he missed his spot. He goes upstairs, and now the count full.
Still a situation here where you don't have to give in. You can still pitch your pitch here and see if you can't get him out.
Payoff pitch. This one well struck deep to left center field, but playable for Hazelton, and he hauls it in with 2 hands, just like every coach tells you ought to. And Archbold left off the board here, despite leaving 2 in scoring position in the top of the 5th. No runs on a couple of hits, no errors, 2 left the board. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Blue Streak 6, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
In life, unexpected challenges can test us. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, you deserve a team that understands. Because your story matters. Call Arthur Law Firm today. We'll fight for you every step of the way.
A little journey, and Steve Perry brings us back here for the bottom of the 5th. Archbold leading Ayersville 6-1 that first inning and a 4 spot after getting 2 quick outs and then just keeping the line moving, and that has really been the difference here this afternoon. Otherwise, it's a 1-run ball game. But right now, Harrison Wise, the young sophomore hurler for the Blue Streaks, his first varsity start, and he is only getting stronger with each passing inning. He'll deal to 8, 9, and then the leadoff men, Boer, Zartman, and Howenstein.
Yeah, both these young pitchers have really settled in and are looking really sharp.
The damage done early for both teams. All of our scoring through the first inning and a half. Both pitchers have since settled in. Here's Boer, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ooh, he stepped in the bucket there. I'm not sure if he got fooled. I'm not sure if that was speed or location, but he's going to take a deep breath before he digs back in. Wow, for the moment, the wind has come to a complete stop. Swing and a miss. Boy, that 12-6 it looks so tantalizing, and then it just falls off the table, doesn't it?
He tunnels that really well. It comes out of the exact same spot, and then it just comes out of the exact same spot as his fastball, and then it just falls. So it makes it really tough when it's working.
The 0-2 inside outed into right field. One step in. Colin Short makes his first play of the game. One away. And you talk about tunneling, and so many pitchers talk about arm slot, release point, and if each pitch can look the same up until the point where it breaks, man, you make life miserable for hitters. And that looks like what Harrison Wise is doing.
Yes, he is. He's doing a tremendous job of getting, and he's here in the last few innings, he's getting ahead of everybody.
Yes. His fastball has been tough to pick up because it's got some run on it. As the 0-1 here to Brady Zartman inside. There was a pitcher at Kent State named Joey Murray who was just the cream of the Mid-American Conference for 2 to 3 seasons. And he had the same thing happen. So this one chopped foul straight back. Make it 1-2. I remember talking to hitters and like, it's impossible to pick him up because everything looks the same up until the point it breaks.
Yeah, that's definitely a weapon. And if you can do that, you're going to be tough to hit.
1-1, actually it's 1-2, and this one swung on in the dirt. They'll have to go down to first again. Langendorfer's been a backstop back there.
He's really doing a nice job back there. That is not an easy pitch to block right there. That curveball in the dirt hits and goes the opposite direction. It's just a nice job. And then he steps out under control and throws a strike down to first
Game
base.
does not move fast for him.
No, it does not.
He's just a sophomore. That's a West Banco strikeout. Scored 2-3, as we know you are at home. So 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order digs back in. Brock, 1 for 1 with a walk. Righty-lefty matchup here. That one inside outed, snared by Williams on a hop. And boy, that's about as textbook an inning as you can get. Not just pitcher-wise, but defense as well. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We will head to the bottom of the 5th. Blue Streak 6, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
In the bullpen. Chase at 100 pitches.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Back at Ayersville, there's a good look at our camera from the first base side of the bleachers. 6-1, visiting Archbold, leading the hosts. All our scoring done in the first inning and a half. A big 4 spot for the Blue Streaks in that first inning, all of it coming with 2 outs. Ayersville got 1 back in the bottom of the frame. Archbold put up 2 more. And then since then, both pitchers have given up a little bit here and there, Riley in particular, but they've kept the opponents off the board. However, 100 pitches through 5 innings. Also figure in what? Handful of warm-ups in between innings. And the question is, how much longer will Coach Adams ride the senior Chase Riley? He's thrown over 100. Officially, he's at the century mark right now. And I thought I saw Carter King warming up down in the Ayersville bullpen, although no more action there now. It's number 14.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, all right. Well, again, 2 quick outs, you stay with him, or at what point do you think about making a change if you're Ayersville, if you need to this inning?
That's a feel here. You know, you see how he's at the top of the order, and this is the fourth time through, so.
6th inning, 4th trip to the plate for Trip Langendorfer as he takes in the cellar. Sophomore catcher, yet to pick up a hit, yet to reach base. This one floats outside, paints the black. And when I say the black, I mean the very black. My goodness.
Yeah, really good spot there to get this count back to even.
If you're Langendorfer, there's nothing you can do with that pitch. Oh, this one crushed but hooking foul. Down the left field line, 1-2. Now both these teams going to be very busy this week. Ayersville played last night, tonight, and then tomorrow they are scheduled to host Ottoville. On the flip side, whoa, as that one floats over the helmet, Langendorfer. That pitch clearly isn't coming in with the type of velo that would, I don't want to say intimidate, but get you a little antsy because they're ducking.
It's still, though, you got to move your feet. And
2-2, Riley. Deals this one lined into right center field, and it's going to get down. And Langendorfer being very aggressive. He saw that all the way out of the box as he slides into second with a leadoff double.
True hustle double there by Trip Langendorfer. He hit that ball. He saw where the defense had him positioned, and the second it left his bat, he was thinking too. And that's how you get those doubles that don't get to the fence. That's a great job.
You said hustle double. Now I know he's playing a different position, but there just seems to be a little Pete Rose in him, doesn't there?
Yeah, he's a very tough kid. He plays hard.
This one sails over Harrison Wise's helmet for ball one. Wise walked and scored in the second. He's also struck out swinging and flown out to left.
Help yourself.
1-0. Bust him on the inside corner. And again, good job to work both halves of the plate here for Chase Riley.
Yeah, he's done a good job of moving in and out today, and he's coming in just enough that where everything away is working.
The 1-1. Paints the back on the outside corner. And again, now you start to get in hitters' heads here because you haven't given a specific pattern, but what you've just shown here is I can throw it inside, I can throw it outside, and still spot it for a strike.
Yep. Definitely has got both sides of the plate.
Where's he want it here? Swing and a miss, foul tip into the mitt of Zartman. He hangs on for a West Banco strikeout for the first out here in the sixth. That is strikeout number 3 on the afternoon for Chase Riley. As Colin Short digs in. Maybe he's finding a little second wind here. That glove seems to be popping a bit more here.
Yeah, he's definitely still out there competing and working hard, and that's what you love to see out of kids.
The 0-1. Short with a pair of walks and a single. This one lined over the glove of Ewers at third. They're going to go ahead and wave the runner around. Langendorfer, the play at the plate is offline. He will score. And a heads-up piece of base running, a single and a fielder's choice, put Short at second. And for the first time in 3 innings, the Blue Streaks have put up a run to make it 7-1.
Yeah. Nice job there. Stayed on a ball and was able to drive it into left field. Thought they were gonna have a play on him. The ball sailed up the line a little bit.
So here's Bowman digging in.
And a nice job base running. You read that at first base, and now he's standing on second in scoring position.
That's the 8th hit. I have 8. The board has 7. Maybe they haven't added that one yet. Riley taking his time, swing and a miss. Where's he finding this all of a sudden? He does look like he's got his second win, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's doing a great job. All you can ask is kids compete, and that's what he's doing today.
Nice stop by Zartman. 2-1. Riley trying to lock in, get the batter here. Upstairs, ball 3. Gave up on him there as it's ball 4. That will be walk number 6 on the afternoon, and this will draw a visit to the mound from Coach Adams.
Yeah, this may do it for Chase's day. He's
5, 7, 8, 12, 16, 17. Yeah, he's at 117 pitches right now.
Nice job by Chase. He competed. Again, he competed today. I'm sure not the result he wanted there, but he competed and he kept his team in the game. You know, after that first inning, really kept him in the game and gave him a chance.
For the Pilots.
This should be
Number 14, Alex
Jones. Coming on in relief. What we'll do is take a quick timeout for this call to the bullpen. We'll get you Jones' stats. Our situation right now. Archbold leads 7-1 here in the top of the 6th. 1 out, a runner at second. We'll see if Jones can stop the bleeding. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Back at Ayersville, call to the bullpen. Don't quite close the book on Chase Riley after his first varsity start. Waited till his senior year to get it. He goes 5 1/3.
Out the plate.
He has allowed
Number 9, the first baseman,
7 hits, actually 8 with a couple this inning. But really where it hurt him, 6 free passes on the afternoon, Alan.
Yeah, and I think 4 or 5 of those were after he got 2 quick outs, and those are the ones that hurt, because then you're throwing extra pitches.
So Alex Jones, freshman, is on, and what if I told you he has absolutely no stats whatsoever this season? This is his first appearance.
Yeah, tough place for a young freshman to come in, but hey, this is why you play. And
absolutely, you want to
relish the opportunity that he has here.
Runners now at second and third after the double steal. Coach Brunswick said they're going to be aggressive on the base paths. It's 2-0 the count right now to the 5-hole Wyatt Klein. This one, ground. Oh, it takes a bad hop and goes over Ewer's glove. 1 run is home. Now, there was a bit of a collision between Ewers and Bowman as it was coming into third, and I don't know if there's going to be, nope, there's not going to be any contest there. I thought for a second they might say interference, but not going to be the case, as it's now 8-1. But again, that's the infield here, just needing to be groomed just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a tough hop.
There's nothing Ewers could have done on that play. He was on it, and at the last second, those are the kind that can take out a tooth.
Yeah, those are the ones that really scare you when they hop up.
So the line keeps moving with Isaiah Gracia. Looking at a 1-0 count. Runner goes. There will be a throw, and it goes off the glove of Jones. He reached up for it. It skims off of it, and that's going to allow another run to come home. Bowman will score to make it 9-1. So again, here's where if you're Jones, just gotta do the best you can, take a deep breath, and slow the game down. And he's in there for a strike.
Yeah, all you can ask out of Alex here is just to compete and, you know, make sure that he understands what his job here is.
Absolutely.
For you today.
Look, you're not in there to score 8 runs.
Right.
You're in there to stop the bleeding and get your teammates back up to the plate as quick as possible.
Sure, his heart's going 100 miles an hour, and
This one off the end of the bat, popped up right side. Lloyd coming in on it, makes the call and the catch. 2 away.
At the plate.
That was a good pitch. That got Gracio right out on his front foot.
Yeah, it was. Again, it was down and away, and it's tough to hurt somebody if you're down and away, especially on a day like today with the wind blowing in from that direction.
So 2 away. Castillo digs in. Boy, he had his load going early, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my goodness. He's up there hunting. 1-0. Jones deals. He elevated that one. I don't think that was well struck off the end of the bat, though. Uh-oh, and this one is booted by Hazelton underneath his glove. And that is going to allow Klein to lumber home all the way from first base. It's now 10-1.
Yeah, a little misplay out there, but I think he was going to try. He was scoring him anyway as they shifted over. So got it back in. They'll held the guy to first base.
So here's Williams digging in from the right side. Takes a strike. Williams 0 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, this is a really tough spot for a young freshman to come in. But this is what happens when it's finally gotten nice, and Ayersville has 6 games this week, and you got to get some innings out of somebody.
I don't know what you can do in that situation. Most coaches I talk to, well, first things first, players would rather play.
Yes.
Right? Coaches would rather practice. Yeah. But how do you do that with 6 games in a 7-day stretch?
Well, but you play, and this is what you want to do. And trust me, last week everybody was frustrated they weren't playing. This week they're getting a chance to play, and this is going to be some good experience down the road for Alex, and hopefully he can use it and take away what it is for him. But a big day tomorrow for him, 2 games, so they'll have to, Alex has got to get through this and finish this out for him.
You're in the chew-up innings right now. You do not want to throw another pitcher. Is this one well struck, but hooking foul down the left field line. And into Siberia.
Well, and they had the extra inning game yesterday.
Yep.
So they used 3 guys yesterday to get through that. So,
well, we weren't able to get his pregame interview on, but Owen Lloyd started and got the save.
Yes.
Runner goes with the pitch, and this one is a strike at the letters. Wow, Williams doesn't believe it, and Jones all smiles right now. Remember this one, young man, your first varsity strikeout. It is a West Banco strikeout, and that will bring an end to the Archbold inning, but not before they put up a huge crooked number. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Actually, 1 error and 1 left aboard. We are through 5 1/2. Our score, Blue Streaks 10, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit member-owned financial cooperative.
Really?
Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Out here for Archbold now.
We do.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Now there you take a look at the new Archbold hurler, number 9. I called him a mountain of a young man when he was at the plate. Looks even bigger on the bump, doesn't he? Wyatt Klein.
He's intimidating out there. He's up on that 12-inch hill, and he looks even bigger.
So close the book on Harrison Wise for his first varsity start of his career, and the young sophomore gave a great accounting of himself. 5 innings, allowed just 1 run. It was earned, scattered just 3 hits. And I'm looking down here, cursory check. Did he give up a free pass? I see 1 in the 3rd. And that's it. Just 1 walk.
Very efficient outing by Harrison Wise, and that's what you love. And with a young pitcher making his first start, again, we talked pregame about going out and throwing strikes and not beating yourself.
For the Blue Streak, number 9.
1 walk, 6 strikeouts. So he averaged basically 1.2 per inning. So talk about a very bright future for the young man Harrison Wise.
sure Coach Brunswick has to be very happy with that outing.
Let's take a look at the numbers on Wyatt Klein. Again, 2 appearances this season. He's thrown 2 2/3. He's only allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, but none earned. He's walked 1 while striking out 4, and opponents hitting just 100 against him. They've got some arms. Alex Sigler sends a shot to first base, and you can see the frustration. Number 4, he wanted to throw the bat. That's an atom ball. You can basically say, I couldn't do anything else with that one any better, and yet he hit it right at the first baseman.
That's why baseball is a game that'll beat you up if you allow it to. You know, Alex did everything right in that at bat and just hit the ball right at somebody.
So trying to check and see, get the number on our new first baseman. Since Klein has moved to the bump. Turn around, young man.
See it. I can't see the front of it.
Digging in from the left side. Here's Lloyd. Takes a strike. Oh, wow, nasty. Again, that's a 12-6, and that has some serious bite to it.
Yeah, that has some hard late bite to it. Tough pitch to pick up.
1-2. He buries this one in the dirt. Has Langendorfer allowed anything to get by him today?
I was just going to say another great job by Langendorfer to get down and block that pitch. That is not easy.
2-2. Swing and a miss. A tailing fastball, and Lloyd couldn't catch up to it. A West Banco strikeout. Just like that, 2 up, 2 down. So here's Ewers digging in. 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and struck out swinging. Boy, that glove is popping. Whew. Love to see the gun, but right now he is bringing it.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff going right now.
This one chopped foul. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Our first baseman is number 8, Colin Short. So who is our new right fielder? It looks like a Roger Krieger, I could tell. So I think that is the defensive adjustments. This one fouled straight back. Ewers was on it, but didn't get the sweet spot of the bat on it. So 2-2. That wind's starting to have a bite as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
3-2. This one, a ground ball to short. Gracia stays back on it, clicks. He's going to have to hustle, and oh, what a tremendous pick by Short at first. Well, he moves from right to first, and he's flashing some fancy leather to assist in a couple of outs, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Klein on the bump. Score at 6-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We'll head to the top of the 7th. No change in our score. Blue Streaks 10, Pilots 1. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
Okay. Back at Ayersville, top of the 7th. A big 4-run spot just a frame ago helped really blow this game open for the Blue Streaks as they lead Ayersville 10-1. Freshman Alex Jones will deal to the 9-hole. Max Burrows. The lineup will then turn over. Trip Langendorfer on deck and Harrison Wise in the hole. Burrows looking to reach base. He's 0 for 3 today with a pop out to first, a pop out to short, and a fly out to center. The 1-0. Upstairs, but it's right at the letters for a called strike. The 1-1. This one's a little too high. We talk about how the weather was serviceable to start this ball game, but now getting a little bit chillier. You can hear that wind really whipping over our mics. This one a liner just over the outstretched glove of Sigler. He timed it as best he could, but that was just well placed, and now Max Burrows is aboard with a leadoff single. I don't know about you, but before they had the real field rule, we played in some absolutely hideous weather.
Yes, I remember being out and it's snowing and not being able to feel your hands. And yep, definitely.
There's Langendorfer digging in. And I remember, too, home plate umpires talking and relaying to our coaches, okay, we shouldn't be out here, but we're playing. But the zone's going to be expanded. You're going to be expected to swing.
Definitely.
And everybody knew it.
Game's going to go quick.
Yep. And nobody had a problem with it. Runner goes. This one popped up left side. Now Ewers is on it about 4 or 5 steps, but he's battling that wind, and he makes the catch. Retreating to first, Burrows is back, 1 away. And again, that's part of the problem. I won't say problem. That's part of the challenge of playing baseball in the North. And it's not just the high school level. It's the college level, and even the pros have to deal with it.
Yeah, I thought I was at some cold high school games. I've been to some unbearably cold games this spring.
That was your choice, though. You didn't have to play in those, right?
Right, yeah.
That eligibility you're not telling us about?
I chose to go. No, nobody wants a 49-year-old broken down old coach.
This one squirts past Zartman, and it's going to not get quite to the backstop, but it's enough for a good read in the dirt by Burrows. As he's in, I'm assuming that's going to go as a wild pitch. We played a game, I won't date myself, but we were playing Nebraska. Swing and a miss. Boy, that had some good bite on it. And it was 28 degrees, and that was the temperature. We had about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, and we were sure. We didn't want to know because all that does is screw with you mentally. But the wind chill was close to single digits, and the field was rock hard. It was like playing on basically a parking lot.
Yeah.
There's no way the game is meant to be played in that kind of weather.
No, it's not, and that's something that's become good here the last, 10 years is coaches get together, and the season has been extended a little bit, as they added a week to the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a lot warmer the second week of May sometimes than it is the end of March, beginning of April, and coaches have done a good job of getting together and making sure that they understand that, and we can just play this later in the year when it's 70 and sunny.
3-2, lifted into center field, going back and now coming in. Hazelton has a beat on it as he will put the leather to it. 2 away. Now looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th for Ayersville. It will be 5, 6, and 7. Hazelton, Wolfram, and Stambaugh. And then they're going to need to move the line a lot because they're going to need at least 9. Here's Short digging in from the right side. Boy, he took a rip and comes up empty, strike 1.
Big cut right there. But
talk about a guy who has been patient at the plate. He is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, 3 runs scored, and 2 walks today.
Yeah, just a really good day.
Number to third. Ewers is going to have to hustle, showing off a strong arm, and that's a nice pick by Lloyd at first to retire Colin Short for the first time this afternoon. So despite the leadoff single, no damage done. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. Pilots need at least 9, or this one is in the books. We'll have it for you. Stick around. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Bottom of the seventh we go as we welcome you back to Ayersville. Brent Balbinot alongside Alan Magg. Visiting Archbold 10, host Ayersville 1. And do we have a new pitcher? Is this number 1? Yes.
Langendorfer, right?
So, yes, it's going to be Trip Langendorfer, who moves from behind the plate out to the mound. Again, Coach Brunswick told me, he goes, we've got plenty of pitching, and he wasn't lying.
No, and watching Trip warm up here, they're all guys that can throw it, and they spin it a little bit here.
I think I'm going to do a quick cursory check here. Your guess is as good as mine as to who's behind the plate. They don't have this is a number that's not on our roster, I don't think.
Is that a 10?
Jace Bernath. Okay, we think that's who it is. So that would move Klein back to first.
The 7th inning.
42. Well, he's subbing out now, which again, you want to get your guys, so that's going to be Grayson forward over at first.
Yeah, a good day to get some guys in.
Absolutely.
You know, they're putting up with the cold and the weather, and they want to play too. So
we believe it's Bernath behind the plate. Bear with us, and if not, our apologies. Looking to see if there's any other changes anywhere. I believe we got a new second baseman.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Turn around. Is that 13? Brooks Miller. That's a ball player's name, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Brooks.
Love it. Who comes to mind immediately?
Brooks Robinson.
Absolutely. All right, so we think we've got the changes, at least on the infield, taken care of. We cannot tell from outfield since we are right behind home plate. And have you got it here? Krieger, who came in to play right field last inning. Burrow still in center. And King. Look at you and your technology.
Hey.
So here we go. Well, we'll see what Ayersville's got. You were asking me what they've had for base runners since the second inning. I went back to the first when they scored their only run of the game. Ayersville has only had 2 base runners since the first inning. Jackson Stambaugh had a single with 1 out in the second. And where's the other here? There was a walk, a leadoff walk by Brock Hohenstein in the third. As it's 1-1 the count right now to Hunter Hazelton. As he takes a strike on the outside corner. Trip Langendorfer on the bump. And what if I told you this is his first appearance on the hill this season? So that one gets dirty. 2-2. Langendorfer pitching out of the stretch, even with nobody aboard. Swing and a miss, and he blew him away with a good fastball. Nice job by, we believe it's Bernath, to hang on to the foul tip. West Banco strikeout to lead off the 7th. And we're going to have a pinch hitter, number 9. This is going to be Stengus, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And let's take a look. Well, looking for his first hit of the season. No batting average established. Chris, a senior, looking at an 0-1 count. Fouls this one away a little late.
This is something that, as I talked to Coach Adams before the game, he was worried about this year. When they faced good pitching, he was worried about how they were going to generate runs. And that's kind of, through the middle innings there, Chase kind of in the game, and if they could have generated a few, this is a totally different game here.
Well, and he talked to me about that prior. One of his keys was be aggressive at the plate. They are 10-4 over the last season and a half when they score just 4 runs or more. It's not like we're talking blowouts. As he takes a strike on the inside corner, that's a backwards West Banco strikeout. Trip Langendorfer is really making short work right now, as Jackson Stambaugh will dig in from the right side. But that's part of the beauty of baseball. Unlike other sports where you have to wait 3 or 4 days, or in football the full week, you can get right back on the field again in 24 hours, and that's exactly what Ayersville is going to do tomorrow when they host Ottoville.
Yep, they always have a chance to get healthy offensively again on it, because I'm sure Ottoville's had a long week too, and so everybody's going to be in the same boat.
1-1 Stambaugh as this one misses in the cellar. Again, I'll be the first to admit I am still drinking out of a fire hose over the last couple of seasons when it comes to conference baseball outside of the Toledo area, and especially outside of the Western Buckeye League and Green Meadows Conference. Wow. Painting the black on the outside corner makes it 1-2. The NWOAL, I know Brian. What are they going to have this year?
Brian should be really good. Patrick Henry's always good in the NWOAL. Liberty Center has been a team that's been competitive.
And a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Capital K, capital K, capital K. As Langendorfer comes on in relief here in the 7th and strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. And with it, the Blue Streaks remain perfect on the young season. Now 5-0 as the Pilots fall to 500 at 3-3. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll get our books set. We're going to do a quick post game. I believe we are going to be joined by Ayersville and Coach Jeff Brunswick, so don't you go anywhere. We're back with more right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Stambaugh Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stambaugh Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Now there you get a good look from behind home plate. It's been gray all day. The wind has really picked up, though. Temperatures were around 60 to 62 degrees at first pitch. It has considerably cooled off here. You know what didn't, though? Archbold's offense, as they scored a 4 spot in the top of the first. Again, Chase Riley, the senior starter for Ayersville, did settle down after giving up 6 runs through the first couple of innings, but by that time the damage had been done and the Pilots were playing from behind the rest of the way. They do tack on a 4 spot in the 6th inning, and with it, the Blue Streaks remain unbeaten on the season at 5-0. Brent Balbinot alongside Alan Magg. We anticipate being joined by Coach Brunswick for a post-game interview here. With that said, both these teams will have very short nights to sleep on it, as they will be back in action tomorrow. Ayersville right back here against Ottoville, and I'm not sure if they are hosting or traveling, making sure the wind doesn't blow half of our paperwork away. For Ayersville, next up on their schedule, they are home, and I believe that's a doubleheader versus Patrick Henry. So players love to play, coaches love to practice, but when you are dealing with trying to make up lost games, basically not just early in the season, but throughout the month of April, you got to play them when you've got open dates. So both these teams are going to be very, very busy over the next basically 72 hours.
Yeah, and that's really what you want. Baseball is a game that's meant to be played every day, and you get the chance to come back out, and Archbold will have a chance to keep the momentum going that they've built this year, and Ayersville will have a chance to get back in the win column tomorrow, and that's all you can really ask for, is that you get a chance to play every day and continue to get better.
Archbold with a 10-run output today. What if I told you the lowest offensive output they've had so far in their 5 games is 7 runs? And again, going into it, not only do you have to pitch, but you've got to play great defense, because they just keep the pressure on.
Yeah, they did. They did a great job at the plate of any opportunity they had, they took advantage of today. Whether it was a walk or an error, they really made Ayersville pay for it. And offensively, when a team can do that, it's really, really hard to overcome that on the opposite side.
Offensively, just 3 hits for Ayersville. Brock Hohenstein, Owen Lloyd picked up 2 of those 3 in the first inning when they chipped away and got 1 run back. Jackson Stamball with a single in the second. That was it. Otherwise, to sit here and say, where's Murderers Row? It's 1 through 9 in this Archbold lineup. Even guys that didn't get hits were still picking up walks, still scoring runs. Trip Langendorfer's a great example of that. Through 7 innings, he's got 6 at-bats, only 1 hit, and yet that's the kind of pressure that you just talk about. And at any other night, you might say, okay, that's a decent outing, but he gets on board, he's driving guys around, and next thing you know, they're just putting on the hit parade. But also, I think you really have to start. Coach, come on up. Absolutely. Coach Brunswick, his best side is going to be his front side, right in the middle here, sir. Throw those on, and then that camera is the one to look into. Oh, I can't believe this. Dropkick Murphys and Tessie. Are we at Fenway? This is unbelievable. They know how to play some baseball favorite music. Pull that microphone down right in front of you. There you go. We were talking about the hit parade, and really you talked about where this team is offensively, but you wanted to see better defense. When you and I talked earlier before the first pitch, you said make the routine play. But I want to start with your young sophomore. Harrison Wise makes his first varsity start, 5 innings. He allows just 3 hits, 1 run, strikes out 6 while only allowing 1 walk, and he just seemed to get stronger with each passing inning. Your thoughts on your young sophomore?
Harrison has worked really hard. He's always worked hard at baseball. And this is like you just said, this is his first start, and his composure was amazing. I'm very proud of him, and he did a tremendous job. and he's only going to get better. This is his first start, and Harrison has worked very hard. He's the kid that will work when no one's watching. It's a special thing, and I always tell the kids that the best players are the kids that work when no one's watching. He's got tremendous stuff. He loves the game of baseball, and he's just getting better every day.
Tremendous stuff, and obviously that 12-6 hammer, because I asked you, so many kids, especially at the prep level, say, I got a curve. Is it really? Quite often it's a hybrid. Now, whatever it takes to get an out, but that thing was rolling off the tabletop today. But this is one of the benefits with us being able to sit right behind home plate. His fastball looks like it's got some run on it as well.
And I think it's only going to, I think his velo is going to get even better when it warms up. I think Harrison, by the time we get into May, his velocity is going to get, higher. It's a cold day, but he's still throwing hard. And I think it will continue to get better each time he gets out there. Like I said, before today, he's only thrown 1 inning. He threw that first game against Ottawa Glandorf, but that was it. And I think it's only going to get better and better, especially when it warms up.
Okay, Coach, first of all, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. Talk about this relentless offense. I mean, I thought Chase Riley for Ayersville did a nice job early in innings of getting you guys out in front, but the refusal then to make his innings quick. You made him throw a lot of pitches. Is that a philosophy that we talk about? Obviously, you talk about competitive at-bats, but how do you get that to translate to the kids?
We really focus on getting certain counts, looking for a certain pitch and a certain count. And these kids are nonstop after practice. If we go, if we're finished at noon or 5 o'clock, whatever, the kids will stay an extra half an hour, 45 minutes just working on their approach. And they're very aggressive. They look for counts, and they have worked really hard. It's a very hard-working group. They love baseball, and every day they're working on their hitting.
Well, it showed today, Coach. So just a great approach by those kids.
Don't know who that was that walked in front of the camera.
As a winning pitcher.
You can okay, so he's got a few extra polls to run then right now.
As a winning pitcher.
We tease, Harrison. We tease. If he wanted on the air, all he had to do was ask, and we'd given him a headset. So, Coach, but part of the beauty of this game is not too high after a win, not too low after a loss, because unlike some other sports where you have to wait a few days, or even football a week, you quite often are back on the field the very next day.
We talk about that all the time. Baseball, you're playing more than one time a week. And we go right into a doubleheader against Fairview tomorrow.
Yeah, just Fairview, right?
We had Fairview tomorrow and then PH on Monday.
So how do you handle quick turnarounds like this where you can't get practice in? What's the mindset? What do you want to see? How do guys get better in games, I guess is what I'm asking.
So what we did, we had Wednesday and Thursday off, and we kind of went over some things for Ayersville and what Fairview, what to expect. We actually worked on that in practice yesterday. We kind of did Ayersville on Wednesday, then Fairview yesterday, because you don't have any time. And we actually worked on that yesterday with Fairview. Like I said, Ayersville on Wednesday.
You talk to your team. What do you expect? Every game, every practice, every inning is an opportunity to get better, to improve. Where's the ceiling for this team this year?
Well, like I was saying before the game, if they continue to make the routine plays, they're really swinging the bat really well, and it's hard to hit with this weather. I just think when it warms up, a lot of those balls were knocked down today. A lot of these guys hit the ball hard, but that wind just knocked it down. If we continue to make the routine plays, we have a very deep pitching staff. And I say that every day in practice, where we got to make the routine plays, because we have a very deep pitching staff. We're going to find out. We have a heck of a week coming up here. Fairview, PH, Bryan. We have Holgate and then Perrysburg. So we have a nice stretch here of games.
It's a meat grinder, but you wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
And that goes back to when Coach Miller was here. We always talk about, playing a tough schedule, get you ready for a tournament. Coach Suggo carried that tradition, and obviously now. So, play the bigger schools, get better. And that's what we do.
Coach, congratulations on a convincing win here today, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We're back to put a wrap on our postgame. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
We welcome you back. You can hear the wind whipping over the crowd mics here, but still doesn't matter whether you win or you lose. You got to drag the infield and get everything ready for the next day, because despite falling 10-1 to Archbold, Ayersville is going to be right back on this field tomorrow against Ottoville. Again, a chance to get kind of a sour taste out of your mouth if you're the Pilots.
Yeah, it is, and it's a big day for Ayersville. It's their invitational, so it's a four-team invitational, so it's a long day. But you know, it's a good day. It's a fun day if the kids make it that way, and it'll be winnable games for Ayersville, and they can start to feel good about themselves. And I would say they got exactly what they wanted out of Chase and Alex Jones today.
Absolutely. The freshman came in and chewed up some innings.
Yes, and that's the thing about baseball right now with pitch counts is you got to look forward. You can't just coach today. You have to coach a little bit sometimes for tomorrow, and I thought Chase and Alex got Coach Adams exactly what he needed today.
Again, this is going to be a busy complex tomorrow because you've got the 4-team tournament for baseball, so the Great 8 for softball, and the weather is supposed to be sunny and I believe 70 degrees.
Yes.
So if you want to stretch your legs, Ayersville will be the place to see some great high school athletics. Appreciate you throwing on the headsets, Alan. We've got softball to start off next week. As a matter of fact, we've got Defiance at Fairview on Monday, and then Fairview right here at Ayersville on Tuesday. You're going to have the headset for both of those.
Yeah, looking forward to that. As you get deeper into the conference, it'll be nice to see Fairview on Monday, and then get a chance to see Kendra Walden on Tuesday. So
she does have 8 other teammates that help her, but the Honey Badger, she has set the record books, and she is fun to watch, and it's going to be our first broadcast for Ayersville softball. So can't wait. Hopefully you can't either. Have yourselves a safe and enjoyable weekend. A big thank you going out to our crew battling the cold and the wind here this afternoon, helping us get this broadcast on the air, as well as our sponsors for helping make this broadcast a possibility. Folks, if you enjoy our coverage of high school sports, please patronize those businesses. Walk through their front doors. Let them know how much you appreciate their supporting what we do. And as always, we thank you, the fan, for tuning in. For Alan Mag, I'm Brent Balbinot. Final score again here this afternoon from Ayersville. Archbold remains undefeated with a 10-1 win over the Pilots. You've been watching a sports presentation of DCTV.